Rather, shouldn't I look to the world and say, no, not these people, someone else has a greater claim to my attention?
But we are here!
Yeah?
We are here, on your terrace. Why do you look for someone else? Look for someone else too if you want, but we are here!
Yet what do I know of this dispute? I don't know whether or not these fellows have some rights too. What shall I do if they come to me and say, you've abducted our women? Give us our women or we will shoot you.
Shoot you?
What do I know? I don't know what sort of fellows they are. I should put myself, perhaps my life on the line, and the life of my nephew, the life of my brother next door, the life of my brother's sons. I should put their lives on the line to save you whom I've never met before. Why would I do this?
Because it's right.
I understand it may be right, but one doesn't always go around doing what's right. I've never heard of such a thing. The world is a complicated place.
It's not that no one's never said no to me before, but I don't think I've ever asked a guy to save me in a situation like this and had him say no.
There's only one question to ask. Do we want to marry them or not? No, we don't. Are you going to let them come to your house and drag us away and let them do whatever they want with us? Think of it this way. If you don't take us in, my sisters and I will hang ourselves here on your terrace. 50 dead women hanging in front of your house.
Hang yourselves.
What choice do we have?
Shall we ask your mother what she thinks would be right?
You're right. Of course, you're right. I beg your pardon. Of course I'll take you in. I don't know what I was thinking.
Thank you.
I beg your pardon, really. I wasn't quite absorbing what it was that you were saying. I'll tell my mother you'll be staying for dinner. Then we'll talk and we'll see what's to be done. Please make yourselves at home. And if there's anything you want, please ask.
Now you see, there are men who are kind and decent.
Not so kind and decent unless threatened with some kind of scandal of dead women named off his house.
I liked him. You should give a person the benefit of the doubt.
You think you found this man's good side? Men don't have a good side.
I know men who have a good side, Thyona.
I've known men that you can sit with after dinner in front of the fireplace and just listen to the way he speaks and hear the gentleness in his way of speaking, the carefulness.
I've known men who think, oh, a woman, I'd like to take care of her. Not in any way that is superior, has control, but in a way that he understands. A woman is a different sort of person, and precious because of that. Vulnerable in certain ways because of that. In ways that he isn't. Although he may be vulnerable in other ways, because of his stuff that he has. But that he treasures what a woman has, and thinks, oh, if only I could be close to her, and feel what she feels, and see the world as she sees it, how much richer my life would be. And so, because of that, he thinks, oh, a woman, I can really respect her, and love her for who she really is.
I know a man who will say, I want to take care of you, but what he really means is he wants to use you for a while. And while he's using you, so you don't notice what he's doing, he'll take care of you as if you were a new car before he decides to trade you in.
I've known men like that too, but not all men are necessarily the same. Sometimes you can hear the whole man just in his voice, how deep or how frightened, where it stops to think, and how complex and supple and sure it is.
You can hear the strength in it, and you can know that you're safe.
The male is a biological accident, an incomplete female, the product of a damaged gene, a half-dead lump of flesh trapped in a twilight zone somewhere between apes and humans, always looking obsessively for some woman.
That's maybe a little bit extreme.
Any woman, because if he thinks he can make some connection with a woman, that will make him a whole human being. But it won't. It never will. Boy babies should be flushed down the toilet at birth.
I know how you feel, Thyona.
I felt that way myself sometimes.
But still, this man who doesn't even know us, owes us nothing, doesn't even know what he risks by offering us a place to stay. There are places in the world where refugees are taking in, and often these are men who do the taking in, because people have the capacity for goodness. If you live in a world where people care for one another, there's not a men's history or a separate woman's history, but a
church.
You can't force us to marry you, Nikos.
Force you? We thought you were coming.
Why should we come?
Because we're gonna get married.
We never agreed to marry you.
Lydia?
We have a deal.
We never had a deal with you, Constantine.
Your father made a deal with my father before you were born, Thyona. You're engaged to me, and I am going to marry you.
And this is from the Dark Ages.
Well, maybe there's some sort of misunderstanding.
There was no misunderstanding. We are not marrying you.
There's a contract involved here.
Well, me and my brothers, we've conned this all our lives. I thought it'd be kind of cool. This big event, 50 brides, 50 grooms. This big event.
And we never agreed to release you from your promise.
Why not?
Because, Thyona, I'm a traditional person. I want a traditional marriage, a traditional wife. That's the way it is.
It's a different world, Constantine. You can't just marry someone against their will because there's some kind of family understanding.
But what do you think? You think you live in the world nowadays? You can go out a promise just because you don't feel like keeping it? Just because drugs are right, gambling is legal, medicine is euthanasia, birth is abortion, homosexuality is the norm, pornography is piped. It's in everyone's home on the internet. And now, you think you can do whatever you want to do, whenever you want to do it, no matter what the law might say? Guess what? I don't accept that shit. Sometimes, I like to lie down at night with my arms around someone and know she's there for me. Knows this. My arms around her back to me, my stomach pressed up against her back, my face buried in her hair. One hand on her stomach, feeling at peace. That's my plan to have that. I'll have my bride. If I have to have her arms tied behind her back, then drag me, I have her back. What's going on? You want me to struggle with the hooves and gags and blindfolds? Stretch out the wall with weights on your chest? Want me to sew your legs to the bed and pour gasoline on you and light you on fire? Is that what I have to do to keep you?
Lydia, what's your dress?
The future's gonna have you, Thyona, whether you like it or not. You say you'll be taking against your will. People are taking against their will every day. Do you want tomorrow to come? Do you want to live in the future? Never mind. You can't stop the clock. Tomorrow will take the day by force whether you like it or not. Time itself is an act of rape. Life is rape. No one asks to be born, no one asks to die. We're all taking by force all the time. You make the best of it. You do what you have to do.
We have enough here, Constantine.
Shut up.
I'm an American now, Olympia. Not afraid of your uncle. Do you watch television? Do you see what happens when Americans want something?
Excuse me! I'm Piero, and this is my home. You be the cousins of these young women?
We're engaged to be married.
I understand the women are no longer interested.
You're not here to negotiate. What is this?
That's a forthright position, and I'd like to know where I stand when I deal with them. But hey, before we talk, let me welcome you properly. Come into the house.